welcome to Make It Happen Wednesdays with the Organized Author. I'm Lucinda, and this week I thought I would show you guys how I'm going to try to make things happen in the month of June by showing you my setup for this month. Today is June 1st, so let's go ahead and get started. Of course, I'm going to start off with one of my Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook Planners, which I sell on Etsy, and I will put the link below. Also, I'm doing a special discount or a special sale for my YouTube subscribers only, and I'll put the link down below. Right now I have a sale, coupon sale for anyone for 40% off for the month of June, but I'm going to make a separate one for, or you'll see down below, the separate coupon code for 50% off for my subscribers only. So be sure and check that out. All right, so I started off with a free printable from mylifeallinOneplace.com, which I will have linked below for you as well. And it's a Midori Traveler's Notebook. I believe this one is A4 size printable for a calendar for the year. So now I actually made this cover. I just used some cardboard from old cereal box. I'm sorry, not cereal box. I used cardboard or cardstock type paper from a file folder, and then I covered it with some craft paper, cardstock craft paper, and some masking tape, and I used some color pencils, and I just made this, and I'll cover this in my separate DIY video for next week that you guys have been looking forward to. So I made that and sewed it inside with this free printable. And so again, that link is down below, and this is what my month of June looks like. So it was all blank, and then I put all my stuff in here, and I drew this design up there, and then I added a column here for tasks to do, and then I add a column here for goals. All right, and then I decided to put a quote on here that is about actually having goals and missions from Habakkuk 2:2. All right, so that's where we started, and then I'll take you into my other Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook Planner, and I made a new insert for the month of June because if you guys remember in a previous video, I said I wanted to have a separate insert for each month. So this is the one for June that I made, and again using file folder as well, which is just kind of easier because it's already folded there and it's got some guidelines. And so I made that, and there's my index. And so in the very first part, you'll see as I'm continuing that theme. Let me move this back a little bit so you guys can see better. All right, see if you can see. Let me adjust my camera just a second. Up there at the top where it says Organize My Life Like the Acts 2 Church, and I explained that in detail in my previous video, and that's linked below as well, and you should see a card coming across the screen for that. So I just kind of transferred that and just made it a little prettier, and all the things that are involved in trying to live that way and organize my life. I added to my communities from last time. I thought of some other communities that I'm involved in that I wanted to be sure and try to live purposefully and having purposeful interactions with the people in those communities. And then I just had to cover up some names and stuff for everybody I listed that I'm going to engage in communities with this month, and then people that I'm praying for that I know about their needs specifically, and more room to put more information about needs that I want to try to meet or pray about or be there for them and support them. And then I've got things to purchase. So I had been planning on some things that I wanted to buy from different places. So here, this is for my personal spending money. I'm not going to spend it all because I want to save some, but this is for my personal spending money for the month. And there's an app called Wishlist, and I'll put the link for that information or information about that down below as well, that you can have an app and purchase things. They're really inexpensive. So I've listed everything that I wanted to get, including the estimated shipping, and I'll just put details here about estimated arrival or whatever results from that. And then also Etsy. I love Coffee Monster Z. I follow her on YouTube as well. We're getting to know each other, so that's pretty awesome, and things I want to buy, and then room for some other things. And then I also have here business budget, so I'll be working on just a couple of things that I need to purchase for this month for the business, and then things that for our just overall and general things that I need to buy. I've got more room for that. And then also Orlando, things I need to purchase. My daughter's volleyball nationals is there, and things I might need to buy before we get on the road because we're driving with some friends. And then also here I've got Orlando. You can see that Orlando for all the details about getting to the trip and where we're staying and any costs and everything. So planning, got the first thing on there for transportation. And then let's see, more room for more Orlando stuff. All right. And I'm sorry, let me fix my camera 1 second. Need to back it up just a little bit and adjust it a tiny bit so we can get better coverage. Okay, there we go. And then some more room, and I decided to do a color theme, and these 4 basic colors: yellow, purple, green, and blue, and just experimenting with some different headers there. And they're really easy to draw. I'll probably do a video on that as well. But Alexandra Plans has a really great video on how to draw different headers and make your planner cute without having to be, spend a lot of time or be super artistic and all that. So you should check her out. I'll put a link to her channel down below as well. And then mail sorting. So I hate sorting email and mail, but I need to do it. So I just decided to do a little layout for accounting for I sorted the mail, and this is things I need to follow up on that were in the mail kind of thing. Okay. And then I did a different type of layout for my gratitude, and I decided to call it Thank You, Lord Jesus. And so that's how I drew it out. And this is like a little ribbon. That was really fun. So I'm excited about continuing that. It just really makes you thankful and complain less, and just really realize how blessed we really are, especially in the United States. Not because we're a favorite country or anything like that, but because there are people around the world who really, their needs aren't met at all. And we have more than what we need. So, and then this one, we're having a garage sale we host a small group in our home, and one of the people in our group is going on a mission trip to Tanzania later on this month, and so we're having a garage sale to help cover some of the expenses for that. So that'll be really fun. It starts in a day, actually. Okay, so this is where I'm going to keep track of sales, and continuing here, another little layout or header for that, continuing for the garage sale. Okay, and then I decided to do a different layout for my monthly tracker, which I'm really excited about. This one, I just like the way it looks, and I'm excited to use it. Today is the 1st, so I've started tracking, and that's everything I'm tracking this month. These are the daily ones, weekly, and twice a month. And then I just did the order just a little bit and added a few things from last time, and then I'm going to put a quote here or a drawing or something unique there. So I haven't done that yet. And then this is family financial meetings. My husband and I meet twice a month just to go over things, and my son is home for the summer for college, and he's transferring to a different school, so we just got a lot of different things we want to make sure we're all on top of and on the same page about. So I have a section for that. And then I decided to keep track, now that all of the shows, now I watch television on Netflix and Hulu, but I don't watch them when they air because I just can't sit down. I can't sit still through a whole episode. I have to pause and do some work or do some errands or whatever. And so I decided to make a little plan for what I'm going to watch in the summer, because all of the shows, pretty much have ended their season. And so what I want to watch each day of the week, or what's available for me that I want to try to schedule. Okay, I'll watch the show that day and that day just for the summer. So we'll see how that turns out. And then books to read. So I want to list all the books that I want to read, and we'll see which ones I can tackle this June, because I edit books, so I read a lot of books that way, but I'm open to receiving other clients, so we'll see how that turns out. And then this is my wish list I'm going to use for just things in general that I might want to purchase for the business, or purchase for friends or whatever. And so I got a little page there for that. And then this is a new weekly spread that I'm going to experiment with, and I'm excited about it. I'll do a lot less coloring and drawing. Even though I love doing it, it just does take up time. So I've got a list here of things to do this week based on the things I need to do for the month. And then I've got my days and everything split out. This is my day off. Sorry, this is my day off, so I want to make sure I didn't have too much room for that. Can only do so much on Saturday and Sunday, and then you know, put all my tasks and stuff there. Now, some of that stuff is based on my other Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook plan. My camera died. All right, so some of the stuff, of course, that'll be in here as I plan it is based on the stuff that's on the monthly calendar, and those things are summaries of the information for my business and my separate Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook, this one, as you guys saw in a previous video. And so I'll go over all of the breakdown of everything for June specifically, all of those details in a separate video for you guys. But this is the main planner that I'll be looking in every day that kind of, you know, guides me throughout each day. All right, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that as well. And until next time, happy writing.